This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm here at Abana Salon. Since 1984, they have gained the reputation for providing the most professional beauty care in a cozy and friendly environment. I am here with Tina, who is master colorist, certified stylist, owner, entrepreneur. Tina, let's start a little bit about yourself. I mean, you were born, raised, and educated quite a far away from Colorado Springs, Colorado, in another country. Basically, your journey here to Colorado Springs, it's had trials, it's had triumphs. Tell me a little bit how this journey began and how you got involved in this type of industry.
It began with my mother becoming very ill and suffering all the consequences of cancer and chemotherapy treatments and loss of hair. And there were such limited resources in those days that it definitely inspired me to go into the beauty industry, which I've always loved, and to really push my license as far as I can take it, and helping people regain their self-esteem with hair extensions, hair additions, wigs, whatever there is. We constantly seek out the latest.
Nice. I mean, let me ask you this. I mean, of all the industries that I interview, a professional stylist still has to be one of the most personal experiences for the consumer out there. Quite honestly, we are trusting you and your team to basically put the results together of something that I have to walk around with every single day. Is this something that your team and your staff takes very serious?
Very, very serious. Hair is something a woman wears 24/7. And so we have a pretty big responsibility to make them feel good, not just when they leave here, but on a daily basis, that they can maintain their look until their next visit to the salon.
Excellent. I mean, obviously, you're a full-service salon. You pretty much do everything under one roof here. I want to talk about some of your specialties. We're talking about the largest certified hair extension salon here, really, in Colorado Springs. Tell me about hair extensions. What are you able to provide for folks?
We use hair extensions to thicken hair. We use hair extensions to lengthen hair. We use them to change color. Then we have hair additions and hair pieces for the women who suffer from male pattern baldness. You know, it's not, hair extensions are usually applied under the top hair. So if there are problems on top, which many people suffer from, then we have other options with hair pieces. Sometimes I make custom pieces, or I make templates and order custom hair pieces for these ladies and gentlemen also. People suffer from alopecia, which is bald spots. There are clients who suffer from trichotillomania. That means they have a disorder where they actually pull their hair out. Some pull their hair out, some and their eyebrows and their eyelashes. And then we go in and try to fix those areas.
Interesting. What does it mean when you say 100% full cuticle? We're talking about high-quality human hair here.
Remy full cuticle means it is cut off of one donor, and all the hair has a cuticle, and the cuticle has to be aligned. Like if you just cut this off, all this cuticle is aligned. The cheap hair on the market, they gather in even from cut hair on the floor. Now what happens is the cuticle goes this way and this way. And then they glaze it with a petroleum glaze. And it looks really shiny. That's your cheap hair. People wear that hair, they wash it a few times, and that petroleum glaze washes off. Now the hair is dreading. It's dreading and pushing up. This is why we only deal with certified companies, to certificate of authenticity for the hair.
So not only looking good on the day when you walk out of the salon, but making sure it looks good the next week and on down the line as well. I mean, we're talking about no chemicals, no glue. This is a safe and friendly for your hair, is that right?
Yes. We only use methods which are good for the hair.
That is a big thing. I mean, a lot of people out there doing some damage to their hair, damage to their head. Obviously, they're looking good, but in the long term, that's not a good thing.
Yes, we deal with a lot of people coming in here and they have bald spots, they have dreads all over their head because they either did it themselves or they went to someone who is not trained and certified. And you have to teach them how to take care of that hair. It's a major purchase, and it has to be taken care of properly.
Absolutely. I mean, so we're talking about, regardless of the method you use, be it a tape-in, a fusion, a weft, we're talking about certified professionals is really what makes the difference here.
Very much so. Very much so. You don't have to be, you have to be licensed to be a hair extension specialist, but you have to be a real expert. You have to be certified with all the top companies. And one of our companies, Hair Dreams, one of many, they make all the wigs for Lady Gaga.
That is impressive. Top quality right here in Colorado Springs. Let me ask you, obviously this is a salon where if you want to lose the frizz, you can do it here. There's a lot of smoothing treatments out there in the market. Why is the Brazilian Blowout one of the top ones that you decided to go with?
It is a non-chemical, non-keratin smoothing treatment. It's an amino acid. And when we get done with the treatment, you can wash it and there is no downtime. Where so many smoothing treatments, you have to wait 24, 48 to 72 hours. You cannot perspire. You cannot put a ponytail in it. You do something wrong in those 72 hours, your smoothing surface is for nothing. With the Brazilian Blowout, once you leave the salon, the treatment is complete. You can go about your daily activities, and it is so conditioning to the hair. And we customize that treatment. People can still keep their curl but lose the frizz. But if they want it a little bit straighter, then we just use a different method, different heat settings, different flat ironing procedures, and so on.
I mean, this obviously a hair salon is a place where people come in to look great. Their hair looks great. You got great before and after pictures. But when it comes to the smoothing treatment, this is a place that there's testimonials out there that you've shared with folks where not only their hair looks good, it feels good. People are just amazed by, oh my gosh, my hair feels so soft. Is that right?
That's correct. They're absolutely amazed. Gals come in with frizzy, dry, curly hair, which curly hair is naturally dry anyway, and frizzes, and especially in Colorado.
Basically, like you said, it's one thing to have your hair looking good when you walk out of the salon, but you want to make sure it's maintained. This is quite an investment. You want to make sure that you keep it up. It's looking good throughout the whole thing. So we're not only talking professional stylists that you're able to help people with, but also the professional product line to make sure that that is kept up. Tell me what the product line is you use for the smoothing.
The Brazilian Blowout has its own, it's called Akai aftercare line. And it consists of shampoo, conditioner, a straightening balm, a smoothing serum, and a mask. The mask being the key product. The mask contains a little bit of that smoothing solution that we originally applied to the hair. And that will really keep your Brazilian Blowout intact for 3 months. That's what's recommended.
Quite a touch-up then if you're actually using the original stuff that you had little by little, so the next time you come in and get it done fully, I mean, you don't miss a beat. I love that. One of the things, I mean, obviously travel is something that you love. In your travels, you have worked with some of the top notable stylists out there. You yourself have even actually brought some of those notables here to the salon. Is continuing education important for you, for yourself, as well as your staff?
Top-notch. Education, education, education.
That's what it's all about.
I push it, push it, push it.
As you have earned the title of master colorist, I mean, when we're talking about color is something that has to be fun to do. I mean, if people want to get a real before and after situation, color is it. Yet, this isn't the place you want to really leave to the amateur. This isn't something you want to do over your sink at home. You can mess up. Tell me why that is so important for your team here when it comes to color.
Well, you have to understand all the basics of color, the color wheel, the undertones. You know, you have to learn the color line. You have to know what you're dealing with, what has a client done to their own hair already just because they come in with dark hair sometimes and it's bleached underneath because they did it at home and then put black box dye on it, you have to treat it as bleached hair even though they're walking in your door with black hair. So you have to discern what you're starting with.
Regardless what you're doing, full color, highlights, maintenance, touch-ups, we're talking once again making sure it's safe for the hair and for the client. Is that right?
Yes. And we now have a new breakthrough product. It's called Olaplex.
What is that? Tell me.
It's a new breakthrough. It is an internal bond builder that we add to color. So we can take someone that's somewhat compromised and they want a color correction where we normally would say, okay, this would take maybe 3 months to achieve what you want. With the help of Olaplex, we can cut that time pretty much in half because we can stretch them. We can take them lighter and keep the integrity of that hair the whole time.
That is quite an advancement. I imagine for someone like yourself who've been doing this since the 70s and 80s, this is amazing.
It actually works.
I would see that as well. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see, first of all, is their website. On the website, you're going to see, first of all, that this is a full-service salon and day spa. We're talking about haircuts. We're talking about styles. We're talking conditioning. Everything you can think of under one roof. Texturing. Right there online, you can book, set it up, and this is an organization that basically believes in education. Number one, basically the owner has quite a background and upbringing when it comes to academic, and you really are educating people out there how to take care of their hair, how to feel better about themselves. I mean, not only hair on our head is something that you touch on, but we're talking about eyebrows, eyelashes. Tell me a little bit about those services.
Eyebrows, as women get older, they get gray. So we have to color them too. Sometimes a client comes in with very dark eyebrows, but they want to be blonde. So we soften the eyebrow to go with the hair. Unless somebody insists on having black eyebrows with blonde hair, which I'm not a fan of. So we soften the eyebrow along with the color so everything harmonizes together. We do makeup. We give tips on makeup.
Like you said, makeup, the whole 9 yards, wedding parties, brides, updos. Do you do everything there as well?
We do, yes.
Excellent. This is something that basically you have raised the standard in the salon industry. You do that not only with yourself and training and education, but in actually hand-picking the staff that is here. Is the team here, is that important to your success?
Very much. We definitely work as a team, especially when it comes to the color corrections and hair extensions. I pick certain people to train. They have to go through my boot camp for hair extensions. And that training is a lot more intense than what even the certified companies offer.
Interesting.
They do that and then they come to me and then I put them through my own training, and some of them make it and some of them don't.
And that's the way it goes. And weeding out what you need to be on the floor here, top-notch quality. You look back since 1984 when you first started out. Like I say, you have a background in academics. Basically, you're now educating people how to feel better about themselves. Basically, making them more enthused about waking up every morning. What do you think your mom would think if she walked in here and realized you were touching lives like this and how this journey ended for you?
I think now she would be very, very proud of me. I decided to enter the beauty industry after she died. Right. She would have never let me do that. Being a hairdresser was not part of her plan for me. I actually wanted to go to law school.
Exactly. Like I say, law school is a big difference between where you ended up here.
Right, but I think I'm a lot happier doing this.
Absolutely. Not only that, but you're bringing smiles to people's faces. And not only that, you know what it's like to be on that other side when you're losing your hair and you see that the frustration and absolute pain that you go through every day by just walking by a mirror.
Yes, I say to myself, oh, Mom, what I could do for you now.
And there it is, folks. Take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. This is a company that began in 1984, basically with an idea to provide the best top quality hair care for the entire Colorado Springs area in a cozy and friendly environment. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.